When I talk to you about the Glenroy Community Hub, it's a project which I feel really privileged and lucky to have been involved with right from the start through to its completion, working with and for the Merri-Bek City Council. It's a project which in the year since it's been opened has already had a really great positive impact for the community of Glenroy. It brings together a whole number of services which was previously underrepresented in the area or they didn't have access to, and the whole point, and we had a great brief to work with for the council, so it was really on us to provide the best environment that those services could be accessed. So the Living Futures Institute asks a really good question, which is what does good look like? And I think this building goes a long way towards showing what good could look like, how you can regenerate the site. There's some really great sustainability initiatives that have it all about people. So sustainability initiatives, it is a massive headline for this project. We're the first public community building to be Passive House certified in Australia. There's not a lot of those worldwide. We're the only building that's seeking Living Building Challenge PEDAL certification as well. And the PEDALs which we're focused on for this project were beauty, energy, and equity. They involve a whole bunch of holistic things, but the energy one is another sort of great thing which we're seeking to achieve because it actually relies on real performance. So it'll be a building that's not only zero energy, but it's actually energy positive and will generate more than it consumes. So this is a sign which we've produced, and it's a big thing in one of the entries to the building. I'm not going to go through all of the stuff which is on here because it's way too much, but there is a lot, and what this actually shows is that we're engaging with not just providing this building which will be high performing, but we're really keen to share, and for people who come into this building and visit it, they can learn about some of the things which you can see, but some of the thoughts that were behind it, as well as a lot of the things which you can't see. And as you move through the hub, this is a collection of other signs that we have throughout, both outside and inside the building, which talk about some of the more functional, performative things like passive house, energy, but also the things which are a little bit less tangible, but equally important about people's experience and beauty, equity, how it responded to place and the heritage nature of the site. So with this building, from the outset, we wanted to create something which would provide people with a connection between people, place, and nature. And that was sort of drawn throughout the process. And this building is one that really functions like a forest. So we've got a protective canopy, it protects and it filters the environment and then supports a whole range of different and varied services which this building contains, and its diverse users which are in there in a restorative, really healthy environment. Some of the aspects of the building, so we're fronting across the British Shore Reserve in this park, is actually part of our project as well to rejuvenate that. But it has a civic face to it. It needs a scale, it needs an identification, and this arbor that we've constructed is an extension of the interior structure. It's a welcoming and every playful gesture that creates a space for people before they enter the project, as well as a focal point when there's activities and festivals and things like that on the site. Because primarily this building is about people. So with that in mind, we rigorously interrogated the design through a biophilic design principles, which we inspired and were referred to throughout. That's a whole lot of things, but basically it's about connection with nature and natural experiences, and it really informed fundamental decisions from how the structure was expressed throughout the evocative of the tree canopy, the qualities of light that we might bring into the natural daylight through the space. Obvious things such as planting, use to nature, but then the material palette and the robustness and tactility of the materials that we have throughout. The library for this becomes a real public space, and there is a generosity of spaces within the library. We achieved that through challenging the brief and actually bringing in a lot of foyer space or circulation is naturally in the library, and we wanted to create it as a space where people would feel welcome, but not feel like they needed to check in at the desk when they arrived. So there was careful planning and arrangement of those types of spaces. As you move outside, there's more than 100 children Monday to Fridays in the Early Learning Centre across 4 rooms, and they have the opportunity to learn from a carefully constructed and combined natural palette of both exotic and indigenous species. Some of them edible, as well as play on some of the tree trunks of some of the trees which we couldn't reclaim on site during the process, but you see in the background that we did manage to reclaim a lot of the really significant and quite beautiful trees. spaces within the library were really carefully considered. Libraries get used for a whole bunch of different uses, and we wanted to ensure that they could work for smaller groups, for people by themselves. Some of those people looking suspiciously like me, while photos were being taken. But as well as that, you know, children coming to the site, and some of the adoption of the program's visitation has increased significantly compared to the previous facilities. Children's programs have tripled in size, and this building is also the focal point of the Glenroy Festival. So we have literally thousands of people moving through this building entertainers. So it really needs to be completely flexible to work around a whole bunch of different purposes at multiple times. We've also been really engaged and enthusiastic about, beyond just putting signs in the building, but actually sharing this ourselves, taking tours through for people in industry, and also for institutions as well. People are coming here to learn about the initiatives which we have achieved through this project. So that's great. So we're in the end, so I might have more time for questions. We're also currently in the process of doing some post-occupancy evaluation. We've got quantitative data which we're progressively getting better information on, but one of the particular things we're interested in is have the experiences that we're seeking to achieve for people become a reality for them. And as I said, we're in the early stages, but we've had some resoundingly positive feedback about the calming environment, the restorative feeling that people have when they come into this space. We've got some great sort of comments on these, but even things from customer service staff who feel like it helps them to de-escalate people who want to have an argument about carpentry. And this is my favourite quote here. My heart is open. I've lived here for 50 years in this building. It's dark and way of sunshine. I feel like I was born here. So that's the presentation.